Hey y'all, how are you doing? This is Kendall Askins from Stimulating Minds. Askins Stimulates over on Instagram. We also have our YouTube channel, which we are getting more subscribers every day. So I'm very excited about that. And our TikTok. So if you are not following us on those platforms, please be sure to follow us so that you can make sure you have access to this content and some of the courses and things that we are going to drop. So I'm here with you another day to drop another gem. And today I really wanted to talk to you about being you. So the school year is starting and, I'm a principal for those that know me and those that don't. And we always are responsible to do our opening day, right? And in the past, I've always done this. And at work, I've always showed up as very business, right? I'm an administrator. And so people really only see me in one light. And I remember it might have been a couple years ago, I was talking to my life coach and I was just talking about how I often feel like misunderstood, right? For some reason, there seems to be a disconnect between who I really am as a person and how people interpret or see me. And I couldn't figure out what the disconnect really was. And when talking to her, I realized that in situations like these opening days, when I show up, I almost cut off like the human piece of me, right? And I show up at like all business, like very straight to the point, direct, and remove out sometimes that emotional, sentimental piece, or even just the genuine piece. And what I realized is that people were only seeing me in one light. And I think it's Maya Angelou who says, people may forget what you say to them, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. And what I was realizing is that because I wasn't showing up as my true, genuine self in all of these spaces, I was leaving people feeling like I was very cold or disconnected. And that was what they held on to, whether it was the first impression, whether it was the feeling they always felt with me. And so even though I'm a very direct person, when that directness was coupled with me guarding pieces of myself in certain environments, it was leaving people with a view of me or perception of me that was not really who I was. And so what I'm really trying to share with y'all today is when you show up in spaces, no matter what the space is, show up as your genuine, authentic self. Be who you are. Don't hide pieces of yourself in certain environments, because who you are overall is going to be crucial in how you build relationships. Now, if you are cold and direct and lacking emotion, then that's fine. Show up how you are, and you might want to, explore that a little bit more. But for me, someone who is extremely empathetic and someone who has a very big heart and someone who is sensitive to certain situations and very in touch with their emotions, there should not be a disconnect with how I am showing up in all of the spaces. So I really want to encourage you to be who you are and not guard that and not hide that and not really care about what people think. Another piece of me, another story that I want to share with you guys is that one of the things that I'm personally working on is not having to explain, right? I always felt like if someone misunderstood something about me, that I had to explain that. I had to convince them that how they were seeing me wasn't correct or wasn't accurate. And what I've learned is that explaining does not need to happen when I truly show up authentically. And so this year, what I decided to do with my staff was share a very personal story with them. And I allowed them to see me not just as an administrator, but as a mother, as a woman, as a person, just as a human being. So I am here this afternoon just to encourage you to show up as a person, as a human being in every single aspect. You can be professional and still be authentic. So be authentically who you are, and the people that are supposed to be in your space will absolutely be in your space for that. All right, guys? I will see you back here next Wednesday for more fun. Bye.